Welcome to another video. So today we're going to be talking about understanding men. We're going to be giving a whole guide for basically for women or for men who are trying to understand themselves better and why we're different than women, how we're different, communication issues between men and women, all these different things because we don't understand each other. We're both different. So let's go ahead and get right into that. One of the biggest problems that we have between males and females is that we think that we're talking to the same gender, and we don't realize that the different gender thinks and speaks differently. And that's why we're having issues in relationships, people who are in relationships, finding relationships. One, we don't even understand ourselves. So how can we expect to understand the other gender? So this video is going to shed some light on yourself if you're a male, and on the other gender if you're a female. And I will be doing a video on females and understanding themselves. So let's get into some of the core principles about males. There's a few. One of them is that he needs to be independent. A male likes to feel independent. 2, he's not emotion driven, he's solution driven. He's looking always for solutions. 3, he feels good when he is giving, and he can only give when his cup is full. Basically, like when he feels full and satisfied and happy with life, then he can give. If he doesn't feel like he's there, if he doesn't feel like he's worth it, or he's good enough, or people don't want what he has, then he won't be able to give anything. And then one of the most important things for men is they feel even better when they're needed. So when they have like a responsibility for someone, if someone feels like that someone needs them for something, whether it's for work, for advice, for relationships, for love, for whatever, when he feels needed, that gives him more sense of purpose. He starts to feel better as a man because he likes to give. So let's go ahead and dive a little deeper into the emotion versus the solution aspect of men. When you ask a man how he was doing, he's probably going to talk about the things that he did in his day. He will probably say, oh, I did this thing today, I accomplished this, I probably should have did this thing instead. You're going to notice that he's not talking about how he feels about those things. He's focused on solving problems that he has. Meanwhile, we're going to compare it to women. If you ask her how she was doing, she's going to probably tell you how she felt, how she's feeling right now. Or maybe she's feeling overwhelmed, or she's sad that this happened, or yeah, she might tell you what happened, but she's really going to tell you how she feels about what happened too. And that's the biggest difference, is that males they don't share their emotions, really. They do, but they're not going to talk about that first. They're going to talk about their problems first. And we'll get into that in a second. Meanwhile, women, they like to talk about their emotions with someone that they trust. If they're talking to you about their emotions, they definitely trust you. If a woman does not talk to you about how she feels, she does not trust you. And I'm sure women know this too. You're only going to talk about how you feel with other women that you trust. That's the same thing with a man. You're only going to talk about your feelings with a man that you probably trust. And that's what shows that you care about someone, is when you talk about your feelings. When a woman talks about her feelings, she is showing that she trusts you. And it's important for a man at that time, or for another woman, which they do by default, is to listen and understand how she feels. Women will do that by default to each other. Men won't do this. When a man talks to another man, he's only doing that because he has a problem he wants solved. He says, yo, I'm trying to paint this house, I need some help. He's like, oh, I got a ladder, I can help you, this and that. Boom. They're not talking about, oh, it's gonna be hard work, or I'm not feeling so well. No, he's just gonna solve a problem. That's how a man is. So when the woman is talking to a man about her feelings, what is he thinking that she wants? For him to solve her problem, which is how she feels. And then the woman probably feels not understood, and that he doesn't care about how she feels, and that he's just trying to get rid of her emotions, fix her problems, fix her emotions, that the way she's feeling is wrong. Because of these differences in the gender, the woman doesn't feel good, and then the man feels like, oh wow, I'm needed by someone, so that's good. So he tries to help, but it's not what she wanted. So now it's like we're clashing into each other. Now, if it was the same gender, male and male, or female and female, I'm sure they would have gotten along, but that's just not how it is. So this is something we gotta remember, is that the man is solution oriented. So how do we fix this? If you're in a relationship, if you're a woman and you're in a relationship, tell the man before you start the conversation, hey, I just want you to listen to how I feel. I want you to understand what I'm saying. And you don't have to fix anything. There's nothing to be fixed. It might seem weird telling a man that, but it's going to help him a lot. And if he still doesn't get it, then there's something wrong, because you probably got to tell him again and got to be a little patient with him. But if you tell him that to begin with, it's going to like break this habit of him trying to always solve a problem. It's going to get him out of his zone, which is going to be good, because that's if the zone he's in is not understanding, you don't want him to be in that zone all the time. So we're going to break that habit. It might feel awkward to say it, but just go ahead and try it. It doesn't hurt. The worst thing that can happen is it can be a little awkward. I mean, if you're in a relationship, you should be honest with each other to begin with. If you're not in a relationship and you're a single woman looking to talk to a man, understand a man better, whatnot, be a great partner for a man, give him the opportunity to help you and make him feel like he is the right person to help you. If he doesn't feel like he can do it, he will never be able to do it. That's not on you. That's something that men need to figure out on their own, is that they're deserving and they're capable. So if they don't feel those two things, then they won't be able to give you anything. But give them the opportunity to help you. Ask him for advice, ask him for help, ask him to do something for you. Men like that. They like to feel needed. You might think that not asking him for anything is like making it easier on him because you wouldn't want to put pressure on someone else as a female, but that's not how it works for men. When men feel full, they want to give. They want to help others become full. Women, they are willing to give even if they have nothing. Even if they have nothing, they're still willing to help others. Even if they're depressed, they're still willing to help others. Most likely. Because that's just how women naturally are. They like to help others first. They'll sacrifice themselves to help others. So that's for the men. Let's get into an important consideration for men and women. Women might think that you're giving your man or a man signs, but they're really bad at getting signs. You might think they're so obvious, but to a man, they're just not that obvious. I mean, maybe one who's more emotionally intelligent, but at that point, when he becomes so emotionally intelligent, he's probably already either with someone or, he has bad intention and he knows that he can get whatever he wants from a woman and go on to the next one. The person who you're probably trying to get with, you need to have patience with them and you need to be able to work on yourselves, communicate with them effectively, so that way you both can get in a position where you're yin and yang, like helping each other out, where you need the man or you want to ask him for things and that makes him feel more ready to give. He wants to help you, so he gives to you and you feel appreciated and loved and respected, and that cycle keeps going back and forth. That's how the male and female cycle is supposed to be, basically, which people are not too many people are doing that, or else we wouldn't be having relationship problems. There is a very crucial aspect for any woman who's looking to get in a relationship, is that if you do not feel ready to accept love, you do not feel deserving of love, you don't feel like you're good enough, you will miss out every opportunity that a man will try to give to you. All the men who are ready to give to you and to love you, you simply reject them because you have your own issue, is that you're not ready to accept the love yourself. You don't think you're good enough. You don't think you've helped enough or whatever. This actually works for both men and for women. The man has to be filled his cup to the point where he can give. He feels good enough where he can give, and the woman has to feel like she deserves to be loved just as she loves others. And that's where we can harmonize. Go ahead and check out my Patreon. The link is in the description. Join me. You'll get notifications on my videos. I also put audio meditations. I also have some infographics. I put a lot of free stuff there for free members. It's free to join, and there's also an app. So go ahead and download that and check me out. Yeah, thank you for joining the team. Leave your comments down below. I want to know what kind of issues you guys are having, either with relationships, with men, females, specific kind of things, or if you're having troubles with yourself. See, the thing is, if you already knew those troubles, you'd probably already know how to ask the question, also figure it out. But just let me know what kind of situations you got down below, and I'm gonna go ahead and give them an answer on my Patreon. Thank you.